Hey, it's Arit here. Welcome to the Estetino Artist channel. In this video, we're going to discuss coronavirus and Etsy. So how did this topic even come about? I actually had a lady message me. She's in the UK, and she was messaging me inquiring about one-on-one Etsy private coaching, which we do offer. And she had some concerns about whether it's the right time or not to start a new Etsy store given the state of, potentially not being able to ship out orders to customers if they order a lockdown in her country, which, it could be a possibility. And also whether it's the right time in general, given the economic state of everything. You're hearing on the news that some businesses are closing down and some businesses have to lay off their employees. This coronavirus thing is it's kind of infiltrating many different industries and sectors. So she wanted to gather my thoughts on whether this would still be the right time to start an Etsy store. And I wanted to share my response that I sent to her with you, just in case some of you might be wondering the same thing. So first and foremost, coronavirus or COVID-19, it is something that is front of mind right now. It's on everybody's mind. We hear about it almost every day now. Even if you're not paying attention to the news, which I don't read the news, but it somehow finds a way in, whether it's on social media or you're hearing someone else talk about it. So it's trending news right now. And as we've seen with a lot of pieces in the media, that's all it is. It's a trend. It's something that people are talking about it right now. It's the reality right now. But this shall pass, right? It's a temporary thing that's happening, and it's not something that's going to last forever. It's popularized right now by the media, but it's a temporary uproar that will eventually blow over. And I may sound, I'm saying this at the risk of sounding insensitive to what's going on right now, but I'm just giving you my general thoughts. This is one point that kind of factors into what I'm about to talk about in the rest of this video. We've seen this happen with SARS. We've seen this happen with Zika virus, all of these terrible things that have happened. It's something that the media boasts about in the moment, and then it goes away. So why does that even matter? Because if you allowed yourself to put a pause on a goal of yours that you've been meaning to start on for a while, just because of some temporary media news trending right now, then you're not really going to have that capacity to carry yourself throughout the entire journey of starting that goal, of starting an Etsy store. So I wouldn't be saying this if it was something different, like, for example, if you wanted to start an Amazon private labeling business right now, where you will for sure, it's not a good time to do that. You have to source your products from China. You have a lot of money on the line because you have to buy thousands of units of product to store in Amazon warehouses and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot more risk involved in something like that. But we are talking about starting an Etsy store. So what's involved in that? What does that look like? If something were to happen, like a shipping lockdown, you won't be able to send stuff out to your customers. Now let's take a look at that. Even if the worst did happen, if a lockdown did happen in your country, and this isn't applicable to everybody, but let's say you're in Europe or Seattle, Washington right now. I mean, this could totally change as time goes on. Now, for this particular lady who reached out to me, she's going to be selling cards or prints out of her linoleum prints, like her pieces of art that she's selling. So for her, if we look at her particular risk, her risk in terms of money is the cost it will be to have those listings up in her store. So she would have paid already upfront 20 cents to list those in her store, but she's not really paying anything else until somebody buys, meaning she's not paying any additional Etsy fees until someone actually buys something. As for material costs, in her case, even if it wasn't, she made something and it wasn't able to sell or ship out, then she could keep that and resell it in the future. It's not something super customizable like a picture of your customer or something with your customer's name on it. It's still resellable. So that would be the risk in terms of monetary costs. Now, let's just say a lockdown actually happened where Etsy said, we cannot risk any orders being shipped out from the UK given the current circumstances. Then here's what I would do, and this is what I said to her. Number one, I would put my Etsy store on vacation mode, meaning it lets your customers know. There's an announcement set up in your store that lets your customers know. You could write what you want in there, but you can let them know that you're putting your store on hold for now, and you can let them know the circumstances. And to be honest, you just need to communicate to your potential buyers and your customers the reality of what's going on, and most of them will understand. If you had orders in progress and you weren't able to ship those out yet because of the lockdown, then you can just send them a direct message letting them know the state of what's happening, and most of them will understand and they'll kind of wait it out or hold it out. But if you get customers, which we always get those kinds of customers that don't understand, they want their money back, they want a refund, you can easily do that in the back end of your Etsy store. So those are the two things I would do. Number one is put your Etsy store on vacation mode and put up an announcement letting potential buyers know the situation, that you've kind of closed down for now until further notice due to the shipping and coronavirus. And in that notice, I would also tell people to favorite the store so that they can keep up to date with new listings and that kind of thing. And that way they can kind of still be in the loop with your store and what you have in your store, so that next time when you disable the vacation mode and list something new, they will see it in their feed or get a notification because they favorited your store. And number two, like I said, direct messaging any customers with pending orders, just being fully transparent and letting them know that you fully intend to fulfill their orders as soon as the shipping lockdown has been lifted. And like I said, most will understand, but if not, it's super easy to initiate a refund. And yes, you've already made the product, but if it's something that is easy to resell, then you really have nothing to worry about. You can always just resell it later. But in this scenario, the worst case scenario is still manageable, and it really comes down to this. This is some advice that my mentor shared with me, and he said that your life today and your current circumstances are the direct result of your actions taken in the past, whether that's 10 minutes ago or 10 years ago. So what you decide on and act on today carries massive weight for where you want to be in the future. And if you really have been thinking about starting an Etsy store, you've really been wanting to do this is a goal of yours, don't delay your actions just because of something like this temporary outbreak coronavirus that's going on right now. Trending news will come and go, and we can't control what's going on in the world, but we can control our own actions. So in fact, this is the perfect time to do your due diligence, do your prep work, think about what you're going to list in your store, start taking photos of your items, and learn what you can about starting an Etsy store like the videos that you've been watching on this channel over here. And by the way, I'll put a full playlist link to all of our Etsy tutorials in the description below so you can check that out. But this is the perfect time to learn, to take everything in, and to start building a solid foundation for where you want to be in the future. So where you want to, what goal you want to achieve. And that if that's starting an Etsy store, then do what you need to do right now, and by then in the future when you reach that goal, COVID-19 will likely not be on anyone's minds. So these are just my thoughts. The decision is entirely up to you, but that's just what I was thinking when I had this lady reach out to me saying, should I be worried about this whole coronavirus thing and me wanting to start an Etsy store right now? So those are my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments down below. If this was at all helpful for you, please also give it a thumbs up. If you are in the stage of learning all you can about Etsy, wanting to start an Etsy store, please do check out the resources that I have in the description for you. And stick around and subscribe for more good stuff coming your way. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.